let's let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the green room. How are you? Simultaneously on TikTok, we are on Rumble, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitch. Welcome to the green room. Daniel, let's go. Sad news, unfortunately. My dad is in the hospital. He had a stroke today, brother. I am in. I, there's so little I can do. I'm in the United States. He's in Honduras. My brother is watching him. It kind of drained the fucking energy out of me. When he told me earlier my dad got a stroke, I'm like, dude, what the? I just had to go jogging. You have to keep your mental health, brother. You can't just stay cocooned and I'm like, you know what? If he calls me later to give me bad news, at least I'm out in the open. You know what I mean? Like I'm breathing fresh air. I don't have to be in a room. No, there's no time for that, brother. There's no time for flying out. I think it's more one of those things. It's getting ready for the worst. So it is what it is, brother. It is what it is. We got to live with our choices. We got to live with our positiveness. He's had I think he's had cancer for the longest time. He's never fucking told anybody. Or I think my brother didn't want to tell us. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the deal is. But regardless, praying, hope he gets better. Whatever happens, happens. Right? For the better, for the worse. I I know there's nothing that I can say that can change it, right? Yeah, I think this is his second time he gets a stroke. But this time is because he's completely out of energy. He's I think at any moment, brother, they're gonna give us the bad news, right? I am absolutely fucking thirsty, brother. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Nothing related to my dad, but everything related to health. We have to come up with something because we've been buying these items at 7-Eleven, brother. Right? Have you ever come home and cleaned the top of any of these fucking cans? I know I haven't. I know I never have. And I know I never did. Until today, I was putting these fuckers in the cooler and I noticed that whoever, somebody spilled shit on top of this and they didn't clean the top. Brother, we got to come up with a fucking concoction to clean the top of these cans because I don't give a fuck what pandemic we're having next. I am pretty sure somebody that was not cleaning this shit correctly or handling this shit incorrectly. We imagine how many fucking germs we pick up on these fucking cans. Horrible, brother. Horrible. Horrible. I cannot even think of how many times I put dirty shit in my mouth. Señora, yo he comido culo. I mean, regardless, I poured in a cup most of the times. But brother, every time we put that can in our mouth, what are we doing? There, we need to come up with something, right? Because it's so fucking dirty. Anthony, cheers. Dad, wherever you are, hospital, bed, sleeping, get well soon. Cheers. I like this beer, brother. I like this beer. Have you tried this beer, brother? I think this is just as sweet as your favorite beer, the Wurster Gewurster Gruner. You can't find it anywhere. Fuck, it is so delicious. I love this fucking beer. On ice, I think this is the most thirst quenching beer I've ever had. It is so fucking delicious, brother. So I went out jogging. I'm like, you know what, brother? My dad is fighting for his life over there. I need to fight for my health over here. I was gonna stay home and just reflect. But listen, we're not changing anything if we're staying home to reflect. What are you reflecting on? Sadness? Loneliness? Death? Fuck it. You know what? I'm gone. I'm like, even if my brother calls me with the bad news, right? I'm out there. I don't want to. I don't want my son to see me breaking down. Maybe I can break down by myself outside. You know what I mean? But I won't be fucking lonely in this fucking room. I'll be looking at the stars. I'll be. But then again, it can happen right now, right? Somebody can give me a message saying, "Hey, Dad didn't make it." But regardless, I know my mental health is better than my physical health because I can get out there and do my thing. I can. We just need to stay healthy. Look, strong is a state of mind. You're only as weak as you make yourself, but you can always walk strong. Always walk strong. Health health is the issue, right? Remember I told you sometimes we most of the time we just remember how healthy we are or how healthy we need to be when we get sick. Remember that, Antonieta? How are you? I was in that fucking bed with a blood clot. Remember that story? And I'm like, brother, I need to I need to never ever stop jogging. So guess what? I haven't stopped. People don't believe me, right? It's like, oh yeah, bro, you probably jog to the nearest fucking donut shop. Look at you, fat ass. But that's my fucking point. Imagine if I didn't jog. Imagine how much fatter I would be. I'm glad I do. I'm glad. I'm glad I do what I do, how I do it, when I do it, and how I feel. Brother, if you want to know what kind of pain, that beer hits the spot, brother. That beer hits the spot every single fucking time. The issue of the week, the Epstein files. What is it with the Epstein file? What is it with everybody thinking that Donald Trump is the only one on that fucking list. I don't think Donald Trump is worried about himself being on that list. I think everybody knows that they were friends. How close were friends, right? For them to do the weird shit that people think they did, I don't fucking think so. But anyways, it's not for me to say, oh, save the guy or not save the guy. If there's evidence out there that proves otherwise, hey, bro, put the fucking right, put the fucking handcuffs and deal with your mistakes, right? Consequences. Deal with the fucking consequences. Oh, but you're a MAGA. You want everything. Nah, brother. You know there's different types of levels of people who stand with or believe everything they fucking hear. Not me, brother. Listen, if you're guilty, look at the people who go to church. They still follow the Catholic Church, even though they know it's one of the fucking biggest pedophile rings ever fucking discovered. Oh, but it's not all the it's not all of them, bro. I think there's more. You see what I mean? Damn if you do, damn if you don't. You can call them out on certain things, but they hate it when you call them out in front when you have all the fucking evidence. Oh, wait till we see the. You haven't. We haven't seen anything, but we already know how much evidence there has been with the Catholic Church, with fucking being pedophiles. The sickening. None of these motherfuckers have ever been defrauded. They've been moved from country to country, so they can continue to do their nasty shit with other children. So guess what? Guess what? Anybody out there who says, "Oh, fuck you, maggots," that's all they can fucking say. You probably go to church, asshole. You probably are one of those fucking kids. You expect somebody else to pay for the fucking sins, but not the church you go to. Somebody else has to pay for it. Orange man bad. Yeah, brother. Everybody wants to fucking play the victim. That's the fucking problem, right? Keep going to church. Keep going to church. Keep going to church. Let me take you to church. Yeah, church is fucking nasty, brother. I hate people who hide in church. My father took me to church, but my father forced us to go to church. Like he wanted us to listen to the word of God, but it's not the word of God. We were listening to a fucking man tell us how much money he needed so he can live a better life because God told him so. I'm like, what the fuck? What? No, I'm not gonna give. But listen, anybody who lives in sin, goes to church, and wants to live sin free, they pay for somebody to say, "Hey, you've been absolved of all your fucking. This is your penance. Give me 3 Hail Marys. Suck a tit. Don't masturbate for the next weekend, and give me $50. Right? You're going to heaven." Yeah, it doesn't make fucking sense. I don't believe in any of it. Indoctrination, brother. That's a whole fucking different. It's a whole different fucking issue, right? If you do it, anybody watching, anybody listening, if you do, you're gonna say, "Oh, blasphemy! This fucker is going to hell." I have never lied to myself. I have never lied to myself. I am the sinner. Do I like to fuck like a fucking animal? Don't get. I I have nothing to hide. Do I go to church and hide there and tell you, "Oh no, I'm prude. I don't masturbate. I hate fucking right. I hate fucking gorditas. I never done that." Yeah, I will never fucking lie to anybody. I haven't even lied to myself. I like fucking la gorditas. And I like talking shit about people who go to church to hide their shit because they're fucking hypocrites. We should write a book. How not to be a hypocrite. How not to be a hypocrite. But then again, I think if we make a compilation of videos that I've made in the past, what, 5, 6 years, I think that's a series. That's a series. That's a series. How to live life happy, sober, not sober, but it's always happy, right? I always say, if if anybody out there tells you that they have no fucking problems, when have you seen me tell you, bro, I live the best fucking life. I have no fucking problems. Never have I said that. Why? Because we all have problems. Financially, physically, emotionally, socially, sexually, you fucking name it, psychologically, you name it. We all have problems, brother. There is not one person out there that lives problem free. Oh, I take all the medicines. I live a healthy lifestyle. You motherfucker, you're the sickest person in the fucking room. If you're taking more than 3, 4, 5, 6 tablets just because a doctor tells you that you need the medicine, then bitch. But then again, remember when the pandemic happened and I told you the people who are the first ones to go are going to be the pharmacodependents. They think they're the fucking healthiest ones when it's the complete opposite. The doctors have fucking prolonged their sicknesses that they're going to be the first ones to go. They have renal failure, they have stomach lining failure, they have cardiac failure, they have all kinds of failure. Oh, but I got a pill, I can live longer. No, bitch, your sickness has been extended because that doctor doesn't charge you the $90 for that pill, but your insurance is paying for it. Those were the same. Those were the first people who left the fucking right. Bon voyage. Have a safe trip. Bye. I never wished death on anybody, but those were the first people who left us. The ones who were pharmacodependent. Captain Nemo says, "I don't have any sexual problems. You have to have sex to have sexual problems." I ain't got problems with sex. The problem is I don't have sex. That's the only problem. I used to be addicted to sex. Now I can't even fuck. How do people say they're addicted to sex? I don't understand. Like, what, I'm addicted to sex, but I can't fuck every day. So how do I call myself addicted if I'm not doing it? Right? Masturbating 3 times a day doesn't mean you're addicted to sex. You're just addicted to masturbating, right? You know, I, I'm on recovery. I'm on recovery. I'm a recovering sex addict. You're not recovering. You just haven't fucked in 6 months. You're not recovering. Captain Nemo, cheers. We're having an 8:05 today. Prost. I like that shit. Thank you. I hope you're drinking one too. Oh no, you told me you were doing the alcohol free ones. Are you back? Are you back? Are you back to being a real captain? A real captain, not a fake Nemo. God, I love this fucking beer. Daniel, me and you both, brother. I like gorditas with a nice shape. I like gordita with a nice shape, brother. Me too. Especially the that that baby face. Remember Claudia? Claudia had that beautiful baby face. There's nothing better than fucking and looking at that beautiful face, and you're like, God, she looks beautiful. I like that, brother. I like gorditas. I mean, I think. Look, I've dated. I mean, I've dated the Lebanese chick. I can't say I dated her, brother. We just had a fucking nice sexual relationship. I can't say we dated because every day I became Sherlock Holmes. I wanted to find out what the fuck she was hiding. Right? This is 10 years ago. When I was 40, she was 30. And Doug was like, dude, what? You're fucking a 30-year-old. She looks great. She looks fucking amazing. And how is it going? I'm like, dude, she's too fucking perfect. She cooks for me. She gives me sponge baths. She wants to cater to me. Then she gets out of the house. She says, "Oh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go buy you a beer." And he says, "What the fuck? So you're fucking her real good?" I'm like, "No, dude. That has nothing to do with me fucking her real good. She's hiding something." And Doug says, "What the fuck? Why do you have to overthink everything? There's not one girl that goes out there and says, 'Oh, I gotta buy my man beer.' It doesn't exist." Now she was creating that window for herself, for me to think, "Oh wow, she really likes me," and it wasn't about that. She was creating moments of opportunity for herself. Remember, I told you, right? The story where she says, "Babe, I've been here for 2 years already, and I take pictures of the kids in the pool. Do you mind if I take pictures of the kids in the pool?" I'm like, "Do your thing." So I'm watching the fucking game, whatever the hell I'm doing, and I don't know, for some reason something told me, look down, right? I don't know why. Something's just said, "Hey, bro, look down." So I look down next to me, and I keep watching the fucking TV. And I look down again. And I say, "Wait a minute! Didn't she say she was taking pictures? So why the fuck should we leave? Why the fuck would she leave the camera here?" There was a fucking $600 camera right next to me. So I text her and I said, "Listen, I don't know who you're talking to, and I don't know who you're texting, but I know the iPhone camera does not take better pictures than the camera you left behind. So little by little, I knew I was getting somewhere. You know what I mean?" And every time I got closer, she would give me that fucking. She would play that part of, "I'm getting, I'm getting." What would you say? I'm getting anxiety attacks. You always attack me. You always accuse me. I gotta go. I gotta go lay down. She would go lay down, and then I would just fuck her, and she would just calm down. She was very good at lying, but she was bad at lying. She was very good at trying, but she was so bad at lying. Bad, dude. Bad, 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 bad to the bone. She was bad. She was bad, brother. And finally, I found out. There it is. There, I saw a name on the fucking phone. I contacted that guy on Instagram. Poor guy, brother. I don't know if the guy was crying on the phone or his heart was just fucking shattered. He said, "Bro, you can't tell me this, bro. her name is on tattooed on my shoulder or on my arm. I'm like, dude, that's your fucking problem, bro. I hope you. I wish you a happy marriage. She wasn't even good in bed, brother. I think I did all the fucking. I was the fucking sexual acrobat. I mean, like I always am. You know. I always get my jollies off. Well, the one time she tried and she got on time, and she's like doing her fucking thing. She's like, "Oh, I got it," and I'm like, "Wait a what?" I'm like, "You always get it," but this time it was her with her effort. She would always close the fucking window. She says, "I like to scream." I'm like, "Yes, please do." She was a fucking horny 30-year-old, brother. She would put on these fucking. She would put on this lingerie outfits. She would make me. She would cook me. She would cook me dinner or lunch, whatever she was cooking, and then we would finish eating. I would wash the dishes. She would wash the dishes. I think she washed. I dried. However, we did it. We always did something in unison. I washed. She dried or whatever the fuck it was. But we always left the the stations clean, right? Only because she asked me to. She's babe. If I cook for you, can we clean together? I'm like, we can do anything together. So her apartment was one bedroom, one bath. She had one of those she had one of those study beds. I think it's almost like a it's almost like a bed. I mean, it is a bed, but she had that like fuck. How do I? Okay, so when you walk in, when you walk in, the living room is right there, right? You will see an L shaped couch right in front of you. You will see like a breakfast nook, like you can see into the kitchen. But then you would walk around the wall. Right when you walked around, right at the very corner, you would have one of those beds, reading beds, day beds. I think they call them day beds. And then you would walk in to the kitchen, right? So you would have the sink. Turn around, you'd have the kitchen, the stove, and then on the wall, the backsplash, you would have the sink, and then you would follow, and then that's where the fridge would be, right? And then after, I think after the fridge, you would have a space for the dry goods, if you will, right? The spices and whatever, and of course, the cupboards. So she would cook for me. She would cook for herself first because she called herself vegan. She wasn't vegan. She was a vegetarian. She was always vegetarian. She's never been vegan. She always tried to present herself as vegan because I love the animals. Bitch, there were fucking eggs in her shopping cart every single time she went to the fucking supermarket. You see what I mean? So it's not like she. I don't know. I don't know if in her mentality meant vegan meant I didn't kill the animal, so I'm not eating meat because she was not eating meat. But if you're eating an egg, that is an animal. That is protein, right? But I think in her mind, that chick never became a chicken, or that egg never became a chicken, so therefore it's not an animal. I don't. I don't know why I think that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way she thought about it. Everywhere we went, and she was vegan, right? Vegetarian, vegan. Everywhere we went, we would find these vegan places sometimes, and we would eat there sometimes. And she would always ask, "Do you guys have French fries?" Because some of these places. Daniel says, "Can't stand vegans." They can't. They're lying to themselves, brother. There is a vegetarian restaurant at the corner of Victory Boulevard and Tahanga, which is right across from where Roxana, which is Doug's wife, has the her optical store. That place has been open for at least 25 to 30 years. Same owner, right? Same owner. Vegetarian, Leonor's Vegetarian. That place is known for vegetarian food. So one day, I went in there and we ate there one time, and I said, "You guys sell alcohol?" She said, "No, we're vegetarian." Then I said, "Well, tequila comes from a fucking plant, so hello." She's like, "I like the way you think," but anyway, we ate there, we had fun, we ate, we enjoyed it, but we paid like $17 for a fucking vegetarian burrito. We're like, what the fuck? So we go there, right? We go there to buy some food, and the first thing she asked the owner, she says, "Do you guys have French fries?" The lady says, "I thought you said you were vegetarian." She says, "Yeah, but sometimes I like to eat French fries." She says, "Lady, I'm going to ask you to exit the facilities." She fucking kicked us out. Because I talked to her in Spanish. Le dije, "Señora, mire, esta mujer me dice que es vegetariana. Y yo sé que lo hace por apantallar. Le apuesto $1,000 que le pide papas fritas." So we went inside, right? We were ordering, and she was looking at the fucking menu, and lo and behold, here she comes. "Hi, do you have French fries?" And I told the lady, I said, "Señora, ¿sabe qué? Sáquela, córrala. Cuando le diga eso, córrala. Para que se sienta ella así un poco ofendida, pero porque es bien pendeja." And she did, dude. She did me that fucking favor. She did me that fucking favor. She kicked us out. But remember, she said she was fucking vegan. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? I told the owner, I said, she says she's vegan, but she's willing to do a vegetarian today. But vegans don't ask for fucking French fries. So when I le dije a la señora, when she asks you for French fries, córrala. Y dígale, "I thought you were vegan. Vegans don't eat French fries. Get out of get out of my business." So guess what? She did, dude. And I was so happy about it. Because I'm like, oh, fuck. We're going to go eat fucking regular food somewhere. Why can't eat vegans? See, here's the thing. I think Maha, back in the day, I don't know where she had her first French fry, but I think she was under the impression that everybody used beef tallow. So therefore, she can get away with eating a potato dipped in beef tallow. You see what I mean? And brother, if you have ever had, and I'm being honest with you, if you have ever had a French fried in beef tallow, You have not lived a life of the best fucking French fry. No, Daniel, I am absolutely telling you right now, brother. There is no comparison of you frying a potato mierda in canola or mazzola. No, if you have not had beef tallow French fries, brother, you are missing a little bit of life. I am I'm not making fun of you. I am being completely honest because the minute that shit hits your mouth, you're like, no fucking way. I know what this is. I and you go out and you go fist bump that fucking guy in the truck. I'm like, bro, does your truck say what you fry your shit in? Because I can't fucking find it. He said, what do you mean? Your fucking fries are amazing. Beef teller, right? He's like, yeah, I thought everybody does that. Your truck doesn't have that. No, I understand that, Daniel, but what I'm saying is this fucking girl may have tried beef tallow french fries somewhere and she is trying to find that place without asking. You see what I mean? I'm telling you, this was a fucking conniving snake, brother. She never asked you, can you take me somewhere that has beef tallow? You know what I mean? Because she's vegetarian or she's vegan. So she would never fucking tell you. She imagined a vegetarian restaurant to also cheat on the oil like she cheated on her videos on whatever fucking presents. I am telling you, brother, this woman was so fucking complicated when it came to when she told me one time, she says, babe, can you do me a favor? Can you take a picture of us? And I'm like, yeah, let's take a picture, selfie. She was very, very, I don't know, she was very cute, sexy. She would do her, her stances, whatever. And then she would always say, babe, can I tell you something? She was always very, very, very modest, very cute, very sensual about it. She says, can you do me a favor? She says, don't post that picture. My parents don't know I'm going out with somebody older. Can we just hold off a bit and not scare my parents? I'm like, whatever you want to do, I'm fine with that. But I knew there was something more. You see what I mean? I always knew if I knew something bad was something not bad, but if I already knew something was happening before, and when she accentuated the part where my parents don't know, can you just hold? I'm like, there it is, there it is, there it is. That woman sounds like a nightmare to wine and dine. You know what? I'll be honest with you. It was never a nightmare. I just knew that she was always a fucking hypocrite about how she asked for the food. Because every time we went, there was a particular place down the street. It was Lebanese food all the time. Lebanese. We may have eaten there like 3 or 4 times, and every time was it was good for me. And she was like, "Yeah, but you know what? We gotta find another place. There has to be other places that have the same ambiance and whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah." She's looking for that fucking who's cheating the population. And I don't think anybody fucking cheats the population. If you say you're vegan, you're vegan. If you say vegetarian, you're vegetarian, right? If you say halal, that's the place where you want to not go. Somebody claims they're halal, bitch. Might as well go to that fucking church that's telling you you'll be safe from the devil. Yeah, halal, brother. That's a whole fucking different. If you do not know what halal is, that is one of those points where life comes to a stop and you reflect on what these bad people are doing when they claim to be halal, and if somebody is eating it, I will let you Google it, what halal is, because it's very fucking complicated. It sounds uncomplicated, but it's not. The way that that animal needs to be unalived, it has to be done in a certain way to be called halal. So I know for a fucking fact some places that I. Anyways, I don't want to fucking talk about that. That's a whole fucking different story. I may get in trouble if I talk about that shit. She always cooked at home, brother. She always cooked at home. She was 30, but she knew what how to do it. When her parents would visit, she would make her mom make some kibe. God, I have a fucking burp that doesn't want to come out. She would make her mom. She would ask her mom to make her some kibe, and then she would freeze it. So when I first went to her house, she bought me some Lebanese beer, right, which I enjoyed. And then I asked her about kibbeh. I said, "Babe, wait, Arabic Lebanese relates to something?" She says, "Yeah." So you must like kibbeh. She says, "What do you know about kibbeh?" I'm like, "Kibbeh? Who doesn't fucking like kibbeh? Come on, babe." And she says, "You know what? I'm gonna have a surprise for you tomorrow." So of course, she put out the kibbeh, left it thawing, and then she just, I don't know if she used the oven for it. I think she did. I don't know how I ate the kibbeh. All I know is I know she put it in the oven like a reheat, beautiful, like it was freshly made, like it was perfect. And I'm like, fuck. So you don't know the recipe that your mom uses? She's like, it's a mom recipe. I'm like, I can't fucking wait to meet your mom. And whenever I said that, she would look at me like, what do you think my mom would think of you? And I said, I don't know. I probably keep it with her just so I can know her. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Papa would like you, right? And I'm like, yeah, because you're fucking lying to Papa and you're lying to your fucking fiance. But then again, but there wasn't any of that I knew, right? But I knew she was lying about something. She was very fucking good at lying, bro. And every time she came out of her fucking bedroom twice. With one time with this red lingerie. I will remember this for the rest of my life. So I'm watching the game. So I would always sit the L shape the L shape um, the L shaped couch would be like this, right? The front door would be here. The L shape started here, and then the L, bottom L, would be facing the air conditioner. So I would sit right in front of the air conditioner, so it can hit me in the back. And I was like watching the TV right in front of me. So then I would have the that day bed next to me, and the kitchen on my right, and her bedroom door. So if I was watching TV, her bedroom door would be right next to the fucking TV, right? So one day I'm watching TV and I can see a silhouette on the left hand side. So then I look to the left, and there she was wearing this red lingerie, and my fucking jaw dropped. And I just looked at her, and I'm like, what the? I said, what are we? Imagine the song that came on. I wanna love you. And I said, what are we celebrating? I said, I said, babe, I want to fuck you on this couch, on that day bed, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, and on your bed. She said, no, you won't. Oh my God, brother, that lingerie. She says, you're a fucking animal. No, I'm an animal. Fucking. I'm 50 years old, brother. I'm 50 years old. The last time I, the last time I did anything was with that fucking liberal bitch, right? She got mad at me because I was Trump supporter. She's like, I can't fucking fuck you again. You were a MAGA hat. So you all take it off, bitch. I didn't fuck you with a MAGA hat. Like, what the fuck? That, brother, I think that has been her, that was her best fuck ever. Do I need to remind you how great of a fuck she had? So you were saying you've never been with a guy that came as much as I did?
Fucking no. Oh my god. You're stupid. No. Most guys will come like once, maybe get it back up for a second round, but not like fucking what, 7, 8 times just back to back to back and never even go flaccid? No. That's not normal. That's not normal shit.
I can't. Okay, let's do it again.
No. And break. Tapping out.
That pussy got a beating. I gave that pussy a beating. 48 minutes. Jesus, I'm tapping now. She wasn't tapping now when I was. She came like every fucking 3 minutes. I was fucking that pussy, brother. She was coming every 3 minutes, like, and she yells like you have no. She's that one person that uses Alexa, right? I am absolutely certain if that Alexa ever fucking got taken to whatever, what do you call that? Forensics, forensics. Somebody found her unconscious. Let's find out what happened. Alexa, can you play the? Can you can you play the last 12 hours? Oh. Brother, that you know how we met, brother. It was the perfect way to meet, right? We saw each other online. We met each other online. We liked each other online. I knew how thick she was, and I remember her asking me directly. She says, "I need to know one thing." She's, "I need to know if we align in certain things before we meet." I said, "Go ahead and shoot." She says, "I need to know, what do you think about the government?" I said, "The government?" I said, "I don't give a fuck about the government. The government doesn't fucking feed my family. I feed my family." She said, "What about the current government?" I said, "The current government can give a fucking, I can give a fucking rat's ass what the president is. The president doesn't fucking feed my family. I feed my family." She says, "Okay, I, all right, okay, cool." She says, you know where I live, right?" I said, "Yeah." "Can we meet halfway?" I said, "Let's do it." So we met halfway. So we meet in Ontario, right? Ontario Mills for me is literally like 60, 50, I don't know, 50 miles away, 60. I forget. Anyways, so we end up meeting at this one place, at this one mall. I park, and of course I park at the fucking handicap spot. She says, "Where are you parking the handicap spot?" I say, "I got hit by a car a couple of years back." She says, "You don't look handicapped." That I said, "Yeah, I'm broken inside." But anyways, let's keep walking. So here we are walking, right? And I'm like, she looks good. So we do some walking, we do some talking, we do some kissing, we do some liking. And I'm like, you know what? We like each other. She says, "You know what? Let's go grab something to eat." So we grab something to eat. We end up at this fucking barbecue place. And I said, "Look, there's 12 people outside. There is no fucking way I will be spending my time waiting for a fucking table. Follow me." So I walk inside, and I walk straight to the bar, right? And I walk around the bar, and there's a couple that has a tab in front of them. And I said, "Babe, no, no, no." So I walked straight to the bar, and she says, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Yeah. What's up?" She says, "You been here before?" And I'm like, "Why would you say that?" "Because you walk like you know what the fuck you're doing." And I'm like, "Isn't that the way you're supposed to walk? Like you you know what you're doing?" "But have you been here before?" I said, "No, I never in my fucking life, but I know the fucking bar's right there, and there's always open tables." She says, "How do you know?" So we walk around, and there's a party paying for their tab, and I stand right next to them. I said, "I don't want to bother you guys, but whenever you leave, can we take over? Just we at least plant a flag of glory. Just nobody shows up and says, 'Hey, bro, I was waiting for this fucking table,' right? No, the bar is open. The bar is open season, bitch." The guy says, "No, no, we're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving." I mean, waiting for my wife to come back from the bathroom, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, that's cool, dude." And the girl goes, "You know what the fuck you're doing. I like this shit. I think we're gonna get along and whatever, right?" So then we order the food, we order the beers. I said, "Bro, what is your name?" He says, "Damon." I said, "Damon, bring me a beer every 5 minutes. Don't let her tell you otherwise. I'm paying for this shit." And bring her, what are you drinking? I don't know what the fuck she said. I said, "You know what? Don't bring her shit. Just bring me a beer every fucking 5 minutes until I fucking pass out." So he left, right? Oh, Jeremy, whatever the fuck his name was. Great fucking guy. So the food was served. We had, yo, what the fuck? He says, "Chug, chug, chug." Let's chug, bro. Oh, you sent the hat, brother. I missed the hat. Jesus, I was talking to myself. John, welcome back, John. I will fucking definitely chug. I missed the fucking hat, brother. I was busy talking to my. I was busy telling my story. This is what's for you, brother. Look, untouched. Chug, this chug is for you. John, thank you for being here. Oh, that one felt good. That one was for you, brother. So now, going back to the story, right? We order the food, we order this, we order the fucking barbecue, and I don't know what else, the sausage and the fucking. And I said, look, I don't order sides. I don't, I don't like barbecue sides because I think they're too fucking. I don't know, they're too fucking childish. Like barbecue sides for me, who the fuck wants to eat? I, by all means, not to put anybody down, but if you want to eat mac and cheese for your side, for I, I say, hell to the fucking no. She says, I'll try the mac and cheese, and I look at her, I'm like, how old are you? 6, 7? She says, I like mac and I said, okay, okay, I apologize. Order whatever you want. So she ordered all the sides, whatever. I think she tried one scoop out of this fucking. Anyways, I took the meat home, right? We ended up taking more the meat, and there was some sausage left. I did not fucking touch the. I did not touch the mac and cheese. I think we left it there. I did ask for extra sauce. She says, "You know what? I like you." She said, "Are you willing to drive back to my place?" And I was like, "What? What?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" So we drive up to Barstow. Barstow, bro. That's halfway from my place. That's halfway to fucking Vegas. So we leave the bar. I'm right behind her. We go to Barstow. Oh, and then she says, "Do you mind if I pick up a pizza for a friend of mine?" And I'm like, "I don't mind anything." I said, "I think we have been getting along so far. Why can't we get along even better with your friends?" She said, "You know what? I like you, dude. You're fucking cool." So we end up going to one of her friends' house. The husband is a veteran, army veteran. The wife, a complete fucking Karen. She's the controlling fucking part of that. You know who controls the fucking situation there. So so once we stop the car at my friend's at the girl's house, I'm like, baby, you know what? I gotta use the bathroom. Can we use the bathroom before we go to your friend's house so I don't have to pee? Because I need to pee right now. So she says, okay, come in. So I'm peeing, wash my hands, take the pizza. So now we're delivering the pizza to her friend's house. We get to her friend's house. This little this little woman comes out, right? Like a no, not Bette Midler. She's not red hair, but she's like, I'm short. I'm 5'5". She's probably like 5 feet. She's like a fucking little chihuahua. She's loud as fuck. And then her husband comes out. He says, "Hey, nice to meet you." And we go in. She introduces me to her friends, and I'm thinking, I don't think this is the first time she's done this, but at the same time, who gives a fuck, you know? I'm here to have fun. So I'm still buzzed, and I'm thinking, I'm like, hey, bro, what the fuck? I said, you got a collection of fucking brandy there? What? So he opens it. He opens. Listen, when he opens the case, and I'm looking at the bottles, he's right here next to me, and I can see that he's looking over his shoulder, like his wife is right. I don't know what the fuck sign she gave him. Like it wasn't his drinking night, and I'm looking at the fucking bottle, but I can see him like go like shrugging it off, like, and I'm like, you know what, brother? The only person who has a smaller version of what you just have here is my friend Robert from Las Vegas. I think he would be jealous of you. Can I take a picture of your collection? You probably don't even fucking touch these bottles just to make him fucking feel right, rested. Like, no, I mean I do. He says, but not all the time. Because I already saw his fucking wife says, right? I said, no, don't worry about it, bro. I said, no. So then we moved on to whatever, Oh, how are you? And thank you. That was fucking pretty cool. I have a friend in Vegas. He he has a collection of this and that. Robert came up. Poor guy. I'm thinking, dude, whatever the fuck this woman says, how high? Like, jump, how high? Run, how fast? And I'm thinking, poor guy, dude. Imagine him going to fucking war, right? Has has PTSD, and then he meets this fucking firecracker, and I'm thinking, poor fucking guy. But anyways, we left that place. Go back to her place. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang starts, brother. You have no fucking idea. She brings out the fucking Malibu rum with the Diet Coke, and I'm thinking, I can, I only do, I only do beer. But the minute she fucking feeds me Malibu rum and Diet Coke, brother, I am loving this shit. Like, this shit tastes like I'm gonna have multiple orgasms tonight. This is fucking amazing. And guess what? 30 minutes later, amazing fucking. This woman would not fucking stop screaming. Ah, ah, ah. It was, brother. All I know is, remember I started with Alexa. If forensics would ever fucking make Alexa squeal, yeah, my owner fuck that. No, my owner got fucked so well that night. She said, "Oh my god, more than 10,000 times." I don't think I don't know how long I fucked. We may have fucked for like 2 hours straight. There's a particular position that I like to use that is a banger, if you will. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. I don't use that lightly, but when I do, I fuck a gordita, and dude, she was fucking amazing. That woman had fun. All I can tell you is, you heard the video, you heard the audio. The woman says, "Yeah, I've been with guys who come once, come twice, just to get it back up. They take like 5 minutes, but you going without going flaccid 7, 8 times? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?" I don't take drugs. I have never taken drugs. Even my best friend fucking questioned me the other day. He says, "What kind of drugs are you taking, bitch?" I'm like, get the fuck out. I had a black girl who I fucked one time, only because I found her online. And I said, you know what? I want to fuck a black girl. She made herself available. And I said, you know what? Can I donate to your cause without feeling like I'm paying for a hooker? Like, Can I pay for the cause? She says, what do you mean? Like, I want you to feel cared for, loved. I don't know, like respected. Can I buy you some champagne? Can I do something for you? She says, what is wrong with you? Like, are you paying for the hour or what? You know, I was like, yeah, but I don't. I've never done this shit. Like, I don't want to fucking just, ah, right? Can I? She even told me here. She said, "You're so cute. Like, you got out of your way. Like, you bought me champagne. You bought me orange juice. Like, you want to serve me." She says, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never done that kind of shit. Like, I want to take you out to dinner. I want to hold your hand. I want to like you. I want to caress you. I want to hold you. I want to peck you." So I tried doing that with her, and she's like, "You know what? This is kind of fucking weird." And I'm like, "Isn't it? Can I? Can you just work with me? Like, is ah?" But when she saw me, boom, 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 right? And then trust me, she's the one that fucking came. She's like, "Okay, thank you." You know, like, what are you talking about? Like, this is me. Like, I didn't come. You came. She said, "You know what? I'll do it again if you give me some coke." Some coke? Like, for what? She's like, "How are you still hard?" And I came, and I'm thinking, wait, what? So I need drugs to just keep going? She says, "Yeah, you're not normal. Like, why the fuck do you use?" And I'm like, "You know what? I don't do drugs. I apologize. I don't do any of that. I got mimosas. I got a dick that's still hard. Can fuck again?" She, "No, I gotta go." She says, "If you don't have any coke, I gotta go." You didn't even. So I paid you for what? For you to come and I'm still. You're still hard. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, anyways. Yeah, that's the last time I fucking paid for that shit. Yeah, that black girl was a fucking. That was a scam right there. She came. Like, I made her come. And she says, "Okay, I gotta go. Can you pay for my Uber?" I'm like, "Pay for your. Bitch, what the fuck? Fuck out of here." I paid for her Uber. I paid for her. She's like, "I got no cash." So I gave her cash. I was like, "Here, take some cash." She's "How to pay for my Uber now?" "Pay him with cash." She said, "They don't take cash." I'm like, "This fucking cunt." I don't. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Excuse me. The only good part of that story of me fucking that black girl that I paid is the one fucking thing that I will tell you right now. Those have been the biggest fucking tits I have ever sucked in my life. Her tits are probably the size of your fucking chest. Get up right now. Look at your chest. That or your sternum. That is the size of her fucking tits. When I took off her fucking bra, I don't even think she had a bra. When I took out those nipples were the size of the back of a fucking 32-ounce cup. And I sucked those motherfuckers. Of course I did. Of course I did. Come on, you think I'm gonna fucking waste my time? I sucked those fucking nipples like you have no fucking idea. Like I was a baby fucking chimp. Like I was a big. Oh my god, you have no fucking idea. I cleaned this fucking can, but this is one of the fucking dirty cans. I hate dirty cans. So I was telling you earlier about the dirty can. This is still fucking dirty, but even though I cleaned it, we gotta come up with a fucking concoction that cleans the cans. Because there's some motherfuckers out there, brother, that are loading, unloading, and they break cans and they break shit. And for some fucking reason, the top of the cans get dirty. And none of these motherfuckers are cleaning anything, right? Rat poo poo. I don't. Anyways, I don't fucking want to think about that. Hold on, let me fucking turn this shit off. Because today when I was, I went jogging. I bought the beer, put it in a bag, and I was putting them on ice. I looked at the tops, and I'm thinking, when was the last time that I wiped a top of a can with a cloth, with a napkin, with anything, just to see if it's actually clean, or actually sanitize the top of any fucking brother. Today is July 17th, 10:55 p.m. This stream is a minute, an hour, 12 minutes, and 45 seconds. We have to come up with a fucking concoction that can seal, clean that top of a fucking can so we don't go through any of these travesties that we're going through right now. This can, I can show you right now. Horrible looking. The pandemic didn't fucking kill us, but some of these fucking cans will. These cans are fucking filthy as fuck. How do we know that somebody didn't piss on these? How do we know that a rat didn't fucking pee on it? Listen, I picked up 2 cans today, and I only looked, and I'm like, why is this a fucking orange ring on this shit? I was, imagine the shit that we don't fucking see around the rim. Because I have never cleaned any fucking top until today. Like I am over there fucking trying to brush and clean and wipe with the napkin. I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not putting my mouth on it. I'm just pouring it into a glass. But I cleaned it. I have never done it in my life. Now I am overthinking this shit. There has to be something that goes clean, sucks, and does the fucking thing before you even go. There has to be. There has to be. Because this shit is getting out of hand. We are getting, right? Hepatitis A, hepatitis B, dirty fucking glasses. My glasses have no bubbles around it. My glasses are fucking clean. If you ever get a glass, if you ever get a glass served the way it is, and there's bubbles inside, it is fucking dirty. This has bubbles on the outside because it's fucking cold. That's called dew. And I've taken more than 2 minutes just talking to you guys without drinking. I don't fucking I pour and I drink. But I'm trying to give you the next best notice about this and that. If it's outside and it's doing that, that's due. But if it's inside and it's fizzing, you got a fucking dirty ass glass. I make beer disappear. I don't know what your fucking superpower is. Oh my god. Thank you. I don't think we're finishing the last beer. I think this is the last beer. We gotta go eat something. Uh, I am relaxing from a painful chapter of back pain that you don't see, but I feel, and I am trying to accommodate myself accordingly. And I can't do that on. Oh, anyways, if I can tell you, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Nobody should ever push you to be less. Let them know that you're better than that, because it's always a better option. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're at. Like I was talking to a guy who I usually run into, and the first time I actually interacted with him, I went out at night. It was probably after 7 or 8 p.m. And I just have to go running, and like there's sometimes I have a time where I want to go running, and there's a time that I don't want to go out running because then everything changes. These glasses, I have never run with these glasses because I think these glasses are for this particular show, for this particular reason. Then I have some, and these are prescription sunglasses, right? I have some prescription sunglasses that I only use specifically for going jogging. So I've been jogging with those for the longest time, for 2 years, 3 years already. Because if I take them off and I want to read the comments, like I can't read the fucking comments. I can't read shit, brother. Now, if I put them on, then I know Daniel said, the vegans. The last comment that Daniel put, he was that woman sounds like a nightmare. But that's how blind I am. I can't fucking see the comments, even if yeah, I can't see the comments. So these are so when I'm jogging, I have the same. I mean, it's not the same type, but they're they wrap around my face, right? And I don't have to use contacts anymore. That's the best part. Not because I hate using contacts. It's because I don't like using. I only use them when I need to. Yeah, I don't like using contacts. Getting messed up without contacts is like the best fucking thing because your glasses tell you, hey, bro, you're still sober. Like, wait, how the fuck am I drunk if I'm still sober? Like, because your eyes, because your vision doesn't change, right? If you remove the glasses, then you're like, oh shit, I'm twice as fucked up because now I can't even, I can't see and I can't read. Like, holy. But when you have your glasses on, you're like, wait, how the fuck am I drunk? No, you're inebriated, but you know how to read, you know how to do this, you know how to do. Wow, I'm intelligent today. I'm intelligent. Don't drink and drive. That doesn't entail where I'm telling you don't. I go ahead and fucking drink and no. Don't drink and drive. Just because you took your glasses off and you're like, oh shit, I can see clearly now. I can no. Don't fucking do that. I'm not saying that is the way. No, no. Today has been one of those days where I know. You know, my brother texted me earlier. My dad has been in the hospital for the past 2 days, 3 days. I don't know. He's been out of the hospital in and out. Like so, he's been he. The story is my dad has colon cancer. My brother has been sticking to my dad's theory of he wants nothing invasive. He wants no surgeries. He wants none of this. He thinks the shamans can come in and give him juices and treatments and whatever the fuck to cure him. And I'm thinking that's that that is not the right way to go. But anyways, he's going through that. Now he's going through fucking withdrawals and I don't know what the fuck else. And he's so frail. And he's at a hospital tonight. Had a stroke. I don't know how bad it is, but I'm pretty sure I know it's bad. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna fucking sit here and wait for my brother to tell me what the next step is. And I didn't do that. I just took myself out. So, let me go out jogging. Let me go out, live life. Let me go out and do what I need to do because I need to go jogging and just forget about everything else. Like, so I did. I jogged. I went. I breathed. I looked. I smelled. I did everything else, and then I came back and like, oh, my brother didn't fucking text me, so it must be a good fucking. Listen, even if he would have fucking texted me at half of my run, if he would have said dad passed away, that is exactly what I was outside, right? I would have said that. That's exactly what I was outside for, because I didn't want to feel succumb to my feelings in a room in nonsense. Like, who do I cry to? Like, who do I say, hey, my father just died? But then again, if I'm outside, like life, this is life. Like, my father died. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I want to. I don't know how well you emanate energy. I don't emanate energy well inside a room, if you will, right? Inside somebody's domain. On the outside, bitch, let me fucking shine. Remember that? Remember that? There was a word that I used. There is a word that I used one time. That is fucking crazy. I am dying of fucking pain, but I'm also dying of why. Last one, baby. I am the fuck out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, me voy porque me llevan, no porque me. No, me voy porque me voy porque ya me fui. Ya me fui. Ya me fui. Hay que hacer ciertas coordinaciones, ciertas cosas que yo debo hacer. Y lastimosamente, esas jerarquías llegan hasta un momento en que decimos, puta, o hiciste o la cagaste. Yo tengo las dos. Yo tengo las dos. Don't worry about it. Hasta la vista, baby. Vemos. You guys will see each other soon. I don't take a fucking break. Woo. Man.